Hello and welcome, PocketWatch here, and it's about time for yet another episode of Rewriter. Let's continue where we left off, and yeah, we are on Lucia Road, and as I said, I'm very surprised and actually weirded out that we still did not have the dragon situation. This is weird. None of other roads been like that, so why is that the case? Very curious. We're still on level 2. On every other road, we've been on like level 7 or something. Why is that? Well, time to find out, I guess. Day after day, I check my email. More spam. I can count the number of legit messages on 2 hands. Oh no, this isn't good. Okay, I've been disrupted. Sorry about that. Let's continue. It's been a very fast cut, actually. I can count the number of legit messages on 2 hands. Okay, so the spam. Okay. In this kind of work, information is your lifeline. Without anything to start with, there's nothing to investigate. As I rack my brain trying to figure a way out, the door opens. Okay. This is so weird that we are still like in the ORS, in the road. She just stands there, carrying some kind of box. Ah, what's that? Okay, post box. Oh, so you went around the school, I guess, and got some like ideas on paper and stuff, like from people. Ah, for real? She sort of shakes the box up and down. I can hear the rustling of paper. That's quite hot inside. What? Don't tell me you set up an anonymous tip box. I gave up on installing one because I figured we wouldn't get a single lead. Seems like you were wrong. I guess physical letters are still alive and well these days. She's our MVP, as always. Oh, thanks a bunch. It really helps. She waves goodbye. Oh, what about the club? On the way, huh? Thanks for dropping this off. Oh, it's nothing, she gestures as she elegantly takes her leave. Well then, let's have a look inside. Okay, let's see. Asahi Haruka, cursed girl, pretty straightforward. Might as well start with this. Seems interesting enough. The submission that I pulled out random is a letter written on the kind of small, cute stationery particular to girls. On the very front is written Asahi Haruka, cursed girl. Girls sure loved cursed whatevers. Divine punishment, good luck charms, all the stuff. Anyway, let's see. Also, like cursed girl, that it instantly reminds me of Lucia. Like her touch of death is basically a curse. Still don't know how it works. If this is like some kind of like instant thing, or this is actually working as disease as I thought in the previous episodes. But yeah, anyway, we'll see. Hello, Occult Research Society, and hello to you too. I end up replying to the fan mail. Joking around with no one else to humor me is kinda sad, so let's just move on. I'm sure you have more than enough submission as it is. However, I doubt that any of them are truly of the occult. This is why I'm taking this chance today to submit a true story of a curse. This is a truly dangerous story. I hope that Occult Research Society can verify the truth behind it. So, also, I may have missed that in the previous episode. If I'm not getting, like, Forest today, I guess, you can, like, remind me if... I mean... did we not go to the forest at all, basically, in Lucia Road? Is that what happened? Or we just started it early? Actually, wait, I can check a date. Wait, 1 second. I forgot what was the date when the dragon attacked. 1 second. Oh, okay. This is like still like over 2 weeks before the dragon thing in the forest. November 13 is when the road usually starts. And this is still like October. Like 23, I think? Or 4th? Anyway. Above 2 weeks. Almost 3. Before the forest and the dragon. This is so weird. If there's a truly dangerous story, I hope that the Occult Society can verify the truth behind it. Uh-huh, really building me up, huh? Are you familiar with the story of the cursed girl Asahi Haruka? If you look into her, you will disturb her sleep, and she will come to curse you no matter what. This is why everyone is afraid to learn of her story and quits right there. That's why I would like for your Occult Research Society to investigate the mystery of her curse. Of course, you get cursed if you try to find out about her. That's a pretty common motive. Okay, let's keep digging into a little more. What's next? Okay, there was an orphanage within the forest. In it, many happy children resided. However, one day, a girl named Asahi Haruka came to an orphanage. Since then, strange and disrupting things began happening one after another. Things would fall off the shelves on their own. The glass in the windows would suddenly crack. The little birds in their cage lost their song. The kids that had been running around suddenly lost all their cheer. Slowly the kids and even the adults grew weak. One by one they passed away. Eventually the orphanage was closed. A great deal of people lost their lives. Whenever her image is reflected in a mirror, it cracks. I believe this is a peculiarity related to vampires. I don't think mirrors cracks when they look into the mirror. That's not how it works. Most likely this girl Asahi Haruka is a living, breathing vampire in the modern era, sure. A vampire? Did they bite you in the neck and stuff? If they reflect in the mirror it breaks, is that a vampire thing? No. It's like... How have they turned to ash? They get hit by sunlight or weak to garlic and crosses? I guess that's all I know. I say even now, she still moves to schools and orphanage, sucking away the life force of those around her. Adding to that, those who speak of Asahi Haruka or try to discover the truth behind her will have a terrifying curse placed upon them. In fact, there was an incident around 7 years ago when I was in the 4th grade. A boy transferred to the class beside ours. He was from the orphanage that had closed because of Asahi Haruka. He spoke of Asahi Haruka, and a few days later, he died from the mysterious illness of indeterminable cause. This is not rumor or heresy, it's truly happened. I heard of Asahi Haruka directly from that boy, so basically whoever wrote this is going to die. She did not think that through, huh? If that's real and she believes that, then giving us this info just basically marks her as dead. There are rumors that he died from the strange sickness because he spoke to everyone about Asahi Haruka. Even now, I still have nightmares because of how creepy all of this is. Still, if I try to talk with anyone about this, I might end up getting cursed, so I've never told anyone. Please hope that Occult Society can investigate the cursed girl. I wish I could write about her in more detail, but putting it in writing might also bring the curse upon me. Okay, so she's aware. The very thought scares me, so I apologize for being vague. Still, there are more than a few who know of her. If you search, I'm sure that you can find others in the school, the ones who'd gone to the same school as the boy who passed away. Perhaps you might find his classmates. What the hell? If you talk about her, you get cursed. Don't tell me anymore, and I won't have anything... You don't tell me anymore, then I won't have anything to work with. I wonder, like, this is partially actually correct with what happens to Lucia. Was she like living in the orphanage or something? You know? That like people actually died. Because she transferred schools, we know, like other kids like were terrified because everything died around her. I'm very curious like how related this is actually to Lucia. I would assume that this is actually a rumor about Lucia, you know? This one's kinda meh, I guess. Huh, another page. This one's folded over and sealed with wax. Let's see, if you break the seal you may be cursed. A little too late and to try and scare me. Let's pop this thing apart. The survivor from the orphanage, the boy who told people about Asahi Haruka and then died a few days later from a mysterious sickness, his name was Kishida Ryugo. 7 years ago from today, he transferred into Kazamatsuri's 7th elementary school into class 401. This is all I can say. Perhaps a curse will befall me too. And now that you have read this letter, all of you in the Cultural Society will be cursed as well. Please discover the truth and break this curse. Please, I beg of you. I gave some proper info to work with at the very end. 7th elementary, wait, isn't that where Yoshino came from? Okay. I did not expect that Yoshino to be mentioned here. So Yoshino may know something about this rumor. We're going to work with Yoshino? Class 4-1, 7 years ago, huh? Wait, he's the same age as us then. I mean, yeah? Just asking Yoshino about it should help me dig into the truth of this story. Even if he doesn't know a thing about what happened, I can just have him show me his yearbook, and that will be enough. That should be the easiest way to learn about a boy named Kishida Ryugo, who was potentially cursed and then died. The story itself sounds awfully fishy, and all this talk of curses make it all sound awfully cheap. Except normally the people who appear in the stories like this are abstract. They avoid mentioning any specific names. In this case, though, not only is there the name of the particular school, but of particular person, it's not often that stories like these give such exact details. Well, I bet someone with that name never existed in the first place anyway. And then the crux of the story becomes that he actually did exist, but was treated like a non-person and was removed from the yearbook and so on. Okay. The whole spiel about his classmates saying they don't know anything just to avoid being cursed is all a lie, stuff like that. That's usually how the stories end. Kolaro, listen. We have bigger priorities than thinking that this whole thing is fake. We need to find something supernatural because we still have bet with Akane. It's another road. And we still did not get our reward for being right. Get to work. Those sorts of stories aren't all that different from typical tabloids, spreading gossip about celebrities and their sex scandals. With cases like theirs, they will keep on denying that they are cheating on someone, that there's no funny business, and if they're lying, even if someone calls them out, that's all it will ever come to. If they retaliate and try to figure out who said it, the accuser predictably stays silent and continues to hip on the attacks while running away. Man, tabloids sure have it easy, huh? They can make up whatever BS they want, and no one can even refute them. And that's not just sex scandals. Why not ghost stories too? That said, there's still students who are actually scared of rumors like this and ask us for help. If it's not fitting for the Occult Research Society to investigate the matter and uncover the truth, indeed. Let's poke around and see if this is any good. If it is, I can check it out. I bet I can get to the bottom of it in no time. I just have to ask Yoshino back in the class. I fold up the letter and pocket it. Right, this is my new clue. And let's see where it goes. I just hope the only thing that comes out of this is the publishable article for the Harvest Festival newsletter. Yeah, like, I feel like he never actually wrote anything for the festival, to be honest. He never had time. The cursed girl, Asahi Haruka. With her, the students who was from the same orphanage as her and died of the curse, Kishida Ryugo. This all seems to be the sort of scary story that you would find floating about anywhere. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I have questions about that. Knew it. That makes things easier. When you were in the 4th grade? What class were you in? It's not like I need a reason to ask you, do I? God damn it, he got me. Ah. Yoshino shrugs his shoulders like a hotshot. He clearly has my motives figured out. Damn! Wow, so he believes the rumor, I guess, and he figured out about what we want to ask. Wait, what? You mean it's real? Okay. 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 Wait, you were in for one? Did that Kishida Ryuko guy, did he really die? Okay. Okay, I see. So he had some illness. Was it some mysterious disease? Okay.
俺は岸田と話をしたことはねえぜ。それに、知ってたって話すつもりもねえな。一度も口を聞いたことがなくても。そして投稿したのが数日間だったにせよ。奴は俺のクラスメートであり、フレンドなのさ。そのフレンドの死を、ふざけた階段で面白おかしく話す奴らに、俺が話をすると思うのか。
Also, I just figured out that I can actually make this a little bit louder. Just increase master volume to like 60. Yeah. Oh crap, he gets hung up over the weirdest things. And when he digs his heel in, he gets real stubborn. Even if I press the issue, he isn't going to say anymore. In any case, I've confirmed that Kishida Ryuko existed, and that he died of some kind of sickness. That's already a big progress. Looks like this clue isn't just a pure fabrication. Now that I know for the fact that he was an actual student from the 7th elementary, there must be others who knows him. I just have to hit them up instead. Okay, my bad, I won't ask again. Thanks for the help. Okay, I mean, we got a mysterious letter. Yoshito prods. I've known this guy for some time, something feels off. Yeah, who gave you a tip? This seems to be a pretty sensitive topic for Yoshino. Despite that, he stops to ask me right away, as I try to walk off. Actually, the rest got a letter in the post. It asked if we could investigate the ghost girl Asahi Haruka. Nah, it's mostly just for my own curiosity. I thought I could use any interesting clues as something to write an article about. Oh, but I will be sure to maintain his privacy though. I won't mention his actual name, so don't worry. Okay. Very interesting reaction. Yoshino probably feels pretty uncomfortable talking about it. His classmate who passed away from sickness was used as the fodder for some silly ghost story. He mustn't be particularly upset. How about it claims he died with some curse? Yeah, I should be more sensitive with my wording. Yeah, pretty much. Actually, that's why I wanna check this whole cursed girl story. I wanna prove it wrong. I will get rid of that stupid rumor that Kishida Ryuko died to some stupid curse. I bet whoever sent this clue in is still afraid of that curse thing. If I can prove that this is all fake, then the rumor will stop spreading and the students who dropped this in the post can finally rest easy. Two birds with one stone. That's how I will root out those dumb ghost stories that ought to work for you, right? It will help Kishida up in heaven feel a bit better at least.
岸田に義理はね、お前がそうしたいなら勝手にそうすればいいさ。だがな、お前との腐れ縁で忠告してやる。
Okay. I hope it's not something funny. Not that you are giving me a warning or advice, I suppose.
新聞のネタ探しなら他にいくらでも心当たりがあるだろう。他を当たれ。
Huh. Okay. I thought that Yoshino was peace and didn't want me to write badly of the late Kishida Ryugo, but maybe my instincts were off. That's weird. He doesn't owe Kishida anything, but he still wants me to avoid this topic altogether. Wait, don't tell me you actually believe the rumor that you are cursed if you look into Asahi Haruka. This is where Yoshida would normally grab me by the collar and yell as if. Except there's no reaction, he's just dead silent. Oh my god. Is he really believing that? Hey, now this isn't your usual script.
俺だって今は信じちゃいね。
Okay. Not very assertive of you. What do you used to believe in? Into the lone wolf of the underworld? The one and only Yoshino?
だな。
Yoshino? Unbelievable. Yoshino of all people actually cowered in fear from the whole curse girl shtick? What the hell? Now things are getting odd. Consider my curiosity well and truly piqued.
理屈じゃ分かってる。
Yeah.
呪いなんてあるわけがね
I mean, like, they were like... I don't know what's greatest for one. I don't know. Anyway. Yeah, like, they were little. So, yeah. Like, rumors, cursed stuff and things, like, yeah. They would believe it, I guess. They were kids. Yeah.
そいつを認めるってことはフレンド岸田の死を冒涜するってことだ。奴は運がなかった。病気で死んだ。だがそいつは奴と病気と病院の問題さ。それを呪いだのたたりだのなんて話を後付けにされたら奴も天国で浮かばれねえってもんだぜ。岸田がいた孤児院を知ることができれば噂の真相もわかるだろうよ。転校生ってのはどんなにネクラな奴でも最初の数日はチヤホヤしてもらえるもんだ。その時に話して岸田からその孤児院の名前を聞いた奴もクラスメートにはいたかもな。
Any ideas?
俺にはねえし、悪いが調べる気クソったれ。呪いなんてあるわけがねえと理屈じゃ分かってんだ
Yeah,
よ。
but trauma from the childhood is still there, huh? I'm gonna point and laugh. I will investigate myself, leave it to your last hope, then Nojiko Taro. The horse last
てめ
hope.
えが勝手に調べるってんなら俺は止めねえし、家を漁れば当時のクラスの連絡網を見つけられるだろう。
Ah,
どうして
okay.
持ってんだろ
We
う。
got support from
明日も
Yoshino. Sure, that would be great. Okay. Unexpected, actually, help from Yoshino. Yoshino pledged to help with the investigation, but Yoshino, who isn't just from the same school but was classmates with Kishida Ryugo himself, is actually afraid of the Cursed Girl story, unbelievable as it may seem. This is Yoshino we are talking about. There must have been something that happened for him to actually believe in that so-called curse. After 7 years, he finally managed to get over the idea that it was a curse. Despite that, he still fears it, be it a curse or something else entirely. It's to the point that he even warns people of the supposed curse whenever they try to look into it. Even the student who sent into the submission asked for the rest to look into it was afraid that they themselves would be cursed. What is up with this story? Is it not just some cheap urban legend or something?
天王寺
What? He's probably going to call me an idiot for being so swayed by silly ghost story. Alas, the words he utters only compounds my fears.
やばいと感じたらすぐに手を引け。
Okay. Dangerous. What do you mean?
お前がそう感じた時だ。
Okay. Come on, man. It's not like you to scare me like that.
だな。すまなかったぜ。
Tell me, Yoshino, no BSing here.
何も話したくねえ。
Not that. This whole thing. That really that dangerous?
ああ、
He's very serious about this. Very curious. We have a ghost story. People mysteriously dying. All we need is epitaph to solve now. If anyone played Umineko, they know. So who's the Beatrice of this story? Rikishi, what did you cook with Lucia Road? Sorry, Kotori. Okay. Huh? Really? Damn. It's because Yoshino scared me like that. When someone like Yoshino actually gets that serious and talks so ominously like that, it gets me really anxious. Man, I can't get hung over this. At this rate, I'm probably gonna pin it on the curse if I so much as step in the pile of the dog poop. There's no such thing as curses. There's no such thing as witches. I see similarities in the stories. If they think they're cursed, people tend to attribute misfortunes or strict bad luck to the curse instead. Man, I might actually get cursed if I'm being this fearful. Think positively, this story is not a pure fabrication, at least. Even Yoshino, quacking in his boots, it's a bona fide ghost story, the perfect clue for the ORS. But do you know the story about the cursed girl Asahi Haruka?
知らないね。どんな話？
Does this cursed girl, once she appears, everyone around her slowly gets weaker and dies?
それで
Then, that's it?
オチは
There's none.
いまいちな話だね。鹿島玲子さんの話とかの方が面白いよ。
Shimareiko. Oh yeah, the one about the ghost with missing legs. You have to answer. You heard about it from Kashima, or else she will take your legs away, right? What?
あの幽霊はトイレに出るんだってね。私、今でも夕方に一人でトイレに入るときは、鹿島玲子さんって即答できるように、心の中で復唱し、
Sounds like that are pretty good. They force you to remember some keywords that stick in your head and keep the deals fresh in your memory. That's a clever trick.
紫鏡は知ってる？
Oh yeah, I know that one. But I guess we're gonna die when we hit 20, huh? If you still remember the phrase purple mirror by the time you hit 20, then you die from the curse, or so the urban legend goes. I mean, the world is about to get destroyed. Once you hear the story, the phrase purple mirror will be stuck in your mind. The only escape is to forget it before you before you are 20, except it makes you more liable to remember the phrase instead.
私、頑張って忘れようとしてるんだけどね。英単語はポンポン忘れられるのに、紫鏡だけはダメなんだ。
Good luck. I will remember to write you a letter with those words the day before your 20th birthday, I promise. Nice.
なんでそんなことするの？
Our silly exchange helps to blow away my feelings of unease. Memorable ghost stories are like that. They plant certain keywords into your head so they stick around for a long time. If that's the case, then what about the Asahi Haruka story? It structures to be a complete opposite. If you ever try to find out about her or get involved in any way, you get cursed. In other words, it's the kind of demands. In other words, it's the kind that demands you forget about it instead. I mean, who want to get cursed? Until someone admirable likes me show up and uncover the truth, no one will actually go out of their way to learn more about it. I suppose this Asahi Haruka ghost story is destined for the fairly short life in the school.
へえ、あの吉野くんが怖がるほどのね。
This might be a lot more interesting than it seems. Plus, it seems to be Yoshino's Achilles heel. Boy, that sounds real juicy, alright. Now I'm really fired up.
しかし珍しいね。
Hell yeah.
普通、階段の当事者ってのは特定できないもんだけどね。
True. Maybe they just threw real people names in there. if that's the case, I would feel terrible for the deaths that got involved.
そうだね。勝手に呪われて死んだことにされちゃ気の毒だね。
Right? That's all the more reason to burst this wide open. This isn't just about looking into the occult. I think taking down the false superstitions is also part of the ORS work. Pretty interesting stuff, huh?
頑張ってね。でも気をつけてね。
Sure. Careful of what?
いろいろ。
Mm-hmm. So basically, I mean, she cannot tell us, but like she knows that stuff is happening. The key is already out there, right? I think. So she's like, yeah, be careful of stuff. But what she really means is familiars, Gaia, guardians, everything. The next day, just as promised, Yoshino brings his old class directory from his time on 7th Elementary, class 4-1. It's a vital record containing the number and addresses of all the old classmates.
俺にできる協力はここまでだぜ。あとはお前のラックを祈るほかね。
Okay. Thanks, man. I don't want to be too much trouble.
そうであってほしいぜ。もうビビっちゃいねえ。俺のくだらねえタイガーホースとも、
Okay.
そろそろ決別する時ってことさ。
Raw deal.
トラウマとも言うな。
Yoshido throws in a dump pan to lighten the mood. I guess he's the same as whoever sent in the story about the cursed girl. He's just not the person who wants to prove that there isn't any kind of curse involved. Okay. This directory doesn't have the name Kishida Ryuga on it. So is that actually a thing? So this is like a desks in classroom and who sits where? What is this exactly? To be honest, I never saw sheet of paper like this. I thought like directory would be like some kind of like you know, just a list of students in the class. And if like there's actually supposed to be a names on each of them, then that is kind of a list, I guess. It shows where who sits. Is that actually a thing? Ah.
そりゃねえだろうさ。連絡網を作ろうって話よりも早く死んじまった。
Okay.
奴が通ったのは多分2週間もなかったはず。
2 weeks. Kishida must have been in terrible shape, but he still forced himself to go back to
も
school.
ともと余命いくばくもなく死ぬ前にもう一度学校に通いたいってわがままで転校してきたんじゃないかって噂もある。確かに転校生の挨拶の時から思想が出てる男だったぜ。
Are there any classmates that he was close with?
俺は知らん。すまんが、それ以上。
Right, thanks.
その連絡網は一応俺の思い出のヒストリーってやつさ。なくされちゃたまらねえ。
Yeah, you're right. Just make a copy of your directory. You had nothing to do with this. That way, the curse won't have anything to on you, right?
なくされたくねえだけだ。
I just have to make a copy of it on my way back home, right? Now, wait a minute. There should be a copier in the school printing room,
園
right?
長、ちょっといいか。
はい、何ですか？
Okay.
すまないが、こいつをクラス全員にコピーして配ってくれんか。これ、原稿。あと、コピーカードな。
Okay. Oh, yeah. Nice. Lucia, I have one more paper to copy. Oh, could the timing be any more perfect? Actually, now that I think about it, the school copier does need a card to work, does it?
何か用か？
That's nothing. I was just thinking that you must have it rough helping the teacher out, so I thought you might need some help. Smart. Like, Lucia probably would just say like, yeah, this copier is not like for your personal like random stuff to copy, it's just for school. So yeah, Like, just try and help is like makes most sense for Kotaro to sneak in one more paper.
ありがとう。気持ちは嬉しいが、このプリント1枚を人数分コピーしてくるだけだ。ん？そのわらばんし。
Don't worry about that. Class rep sites. Looks like she figured out why I offered the help in the first place.
学校のコピー機は使用厳禁だぞ。
Yeah, I
ダメ
knew
だ
that
ダメ
she's
だ。
going to say that. Just one copy, please. Come on, I'm begging. Yeah, I helped you make with Chihaya, didn't I?
そういうのは借りのある私が恩義を感じて言い出すものだ。恩着せがましい。
What? What? So your gratitude is worth nothing but words then?
うーん。
Okay, we got
今
her.
回だけだぞ。
We got her. Lucky me. Saves 10 yen on a copy. Hell yeah! I stick real close to class rep as we head to the printing room, which is just beside the staff room. We step inside. We are not allowed to use the copier for personal reasons, and you need to borrow the card from the staff room to use it in the first place. So this is the first time I'm using it. Well, I've used copiers in convenience stores countless times, so I should have no problems operating this thing. It's only one copy of shit anyway. I just have to press start and it'll be okay. Oh my god, what is going to happen? He's going to mess up something. Castrip slides the card in with a smooth, practiced motion. She steps aside, gesturing that I can go first. Oh, thanks. Just one sheet, so I'll be done fast.
何のコピーだ？
Sorry, but it's a secret. If you find out, you might get cursed.
何のいたずらを始めてやら。早く済ませろ。今回だけだぞ。
Lucia turns her back to me. She's clearly muffled a shrug. While she's looking away, I grab the directory from my pocket and make a quick copy. If this is actually going to get people cursed, then it's better to limit how many people get involved. Yeah. Okay. The copier buzzes to life is just one sheet, so it's done in a flash. Alright. Copy name. The copy came out nice and clean, no problems. Thanks again, class rep.
これで借りは返したぞ。
Come on. Was making up with Chihaya worth all immediately 10 yen? So cheap. Oh my god, he's going to milk her so much out of this. Well, whatever, I dash back to the classroom immediately. Wow.
あの件はもっと感謝しているというのに。
Yeah, she still wants more repayment. Okay. The copy is still running. Wait, what? Technology, you fool. Did you set it to print 2 copies? Oh, okay. I know I shouldn't look at people's personal things, but it did pique my interest. I take the sheet that comes out of the copier.
なんだこれは。
Yeah, okay. Oh no, it's printed something rather strange. Do not wake me up. It doesn't really go through all this trouble just to photocopy this. Okay, I would assume that this directory had actually 2 pages, front and back. Kotaro did not realize that there's message on the back. And the photocopy did both sides, but he thought like after the first one, it's all. So he never showed this one. I don't think that's
あ
okay.
いつの考えることはわからん。
I think it's just the back side of the document. I don't see why he went through all the trouble just for this. In any case, I should hand this to him, even though it's an extra copy, I just can't leave it here. Strange message though. I mean, it's on Yoshino directory copy, I guess, so maybe like at some point, like he wrote it, like do not wake me up, put it on the desk or something and went asleep. So people will not wake him up, something like this, you know? I'm already trying to figure out the mystery in a way to prove that there's no curse. Mineko's back. I head back to the classroom and pass the directory back to Yoshino. Thanks again.
せいぜい用心しろよ。
Seriously, what happens that got you this spooked?
てめえの身に何も起こらなかったら、その時何でも話してやるさ。俺を笑い飛ばしてくれ。それで俺は悪夢の一つから解放される。
Quit messing around, just tell me how long do I have to wait until you feel like talking? How about 3 days from now? If nothing happens to us after 3 days, you tell me just what happened.
その時
Okay, living with those words, Yoshino turns his back on me. Just what happened 7 years ago. Kishida Ryugo died after being cursed by Asaki Haruka. Yoshino wasn't even particularly close with him either. Something must have happened in his last moments that frightened Yoshino. This is looking real interesting now. A bit out of season, but let's do a test of courage.
気をつけろ。
Okay. Huh? What do you say? Sounds like Yoshino tried to warn me about something with his back turned. Yeah? I can quite hear him though. What do you say, Yoshino? He slowly turns around. And then he repeats what he said.
ガラスが割れたら気をつけろ。
If glass breaks. Yeah, that was in the paper, right? Like when she looked in the mirror, the glass was like breaking.
ガラ
Glass.
スが割れたらそれが警告だ。
What do you mean?
そのままの意味さ。嗅ぎ回った男は
Okay. Wait, so you're telling me that someone else like me showed up, sniffed around, and ended up getting whacked by the curse?
あれを呪いだと思った奴は助かった。そうだと思わなかった男は
The one who
間
moved.
違ったら死んでただろうぜ。
One guy who took it seriously made it out okay. Okay. All just a coincidence, right? If you're all cursed this, cursed that, then you're gonna end up blaming the curse for stabbing your pinky toe in the cabinet.
もうそれ以上は話したくない。
You sure told me a lot, all things considered, thanks.
てめえに何かあったら寝覚めが悪いからだよ。勝手に呪われて大怪我しやがれ。そしたらてめえの末路も新しい階段に加えてやら。
Yoshino is that serious. We don't go back far enough to be considered childhood friends, but we've known each other for a while. That's exactly what I can tell. This is a serious warning from him. His eyes, there isn't a single hint of joking around in them. Yoshino is seriously telling me to be careful. Those eyes alone tell me that much. Huh. Huh. Yeah. He's already warning me.
待
Huh.
ってて、天王寺。すまない。うっかり忘れていた。
Okay. She's going to give us another page. Oh, what could this be? The weather has been pretty bad since this morning. The winds have been getting stronger, as if we are holding us. Themselves are warning me. We are having a storm and they're like outside now? Guys, if this is not Ryukishi, I don't know what it is, right? We're in the building and there's a storm incoming. With a curse inside. With people dying. I wonder what plot might be. In the middle of all that, Glassrep calls out to me. Even since I got myself involved with this cursed girl business. Not only Yoshino but even Kotori has warned me. Don't tell me that Glassrep is gonna caution me not to get into it any deeper too. Glassrep, you're not gonna tell me to quit meddling in all of this, are you?
帰り？何の話だ？
Huh? Glassrep looks at me, puzzled. After which she pulls out the folded piece of paper and hands it to me. Indeed, omens aren't just limited to the howling of the wind or even friends cautioning me. Sometimes they can be a lot more direct. Yeah. Oh, wait! That's changed! Okay, never mind then. Do not wake me up, otherwise you will. Okay, now I have no explanation about this paper for now. Other than Lucia writing in this for whatever reason. Like, do not wake me up is the original message, and Lucia added, otherwise you will. It's the same handwriting though. Okay, I have no explanation for this for now, we need more info. What is this? I unfold the sheet of paper that Glassrep hands me. On it is some small girly handwriting. As for what it's written means, this is a warning.
何を驚く。お前がコピーしたんだろうが。
Didn't you like take this paper out before there was one line? Why are you not surprised there's 2 lines now? This is suspicious. A copy? I don't know where the heck this thing came from. Besides, look at the handwriting, it's clearly a girl's. It doesn't even look like mine.
お前がコピーしたものだろうが。大方、お前は2枚コピーしたんだ。お前が印刷室を。
Why would I even make 2 copies? I'm so set I only made 1. Besides, what's printed on the sheet on paper that Classy handed to me is completely different from the directory that I borrowed from Yoshino. Maybe it's a fax from someone?
学校のコピー機にそんな機能はないぞ。
Come on now, I wouldn't photocopy something like this weird.
お前のことだから、どうせ何かのいたずらに使うのだろうと思っていたぞ。もっとも、何のいたずらに使うのか、見当もつかんが。
I swear, what the heck is this? Do not wake me up, otherwise you will... What the hell? Are you threatening me now?
Eh?
And now Lucia perspective? In the same dialogue? Wow, this is different. Do not wake me up. Otherwise you will. You will what? Okay, so now she's like realizing... Wait, that line was not there? Okay.
ちょっと見せてみろ。いいから。
Whoa, relax. Okay, you know something? Oh, are you from the 412? I assume. There should only have been 1 line written on it. But how? There's another line. When did this... Yeah? Okay, swap back. Hey, what's going on? Is there something wrong? After class, her yanks the letter right out of my hands. Her eyes grew wider. She's practically glaring at the sheet. Is there something weird about it? Didn't she hand it to me herself? And she have already read its content. Seriously, class rep, what's going on here? Hey, class rep? I'm begging ya, could you say something? This is seriously creeping me out. I tried to play off my anxiety with an awkward smile. However, after seeing my reaction, class rep doesn't lighten up her expression at all.
すまん。私の気のせいか、勘違いだろ。
Okay, so she's not the one who wrote there. Because we saw her perspective. She was actually surprised about this. Okay, so what kind of paper is that? What exactly are you imagining? Just tell me if it wasn't a joke.
気のせいだったと言っている。
Okay, you know something. You saw something like this before. She flat out refuses to tell me. Finally, she shrugs and flashes a faint smile. Her expression isn't one of the relief though. She's clearly forcing herself to accept something, even if she isn't comfortable with it. That's what her expression is telling me in a way. Ah, maybe it was just your imagination that this was something I photocopied too.
そうなのか。
Yeah, this isn't what I made a copy of it, it's something else. Like, maybe someone left it in the tray. It happens with convenience store photocopiers too, right? I bet this is a photocopy that someone left behind. You probably thought I accidentally made 2 copies and left 1. If you think about it that way, everything lines up, right? Okay, then Logic continues to reason his way out of this. But how does that make any sense? I saw everything from the moment that he operated the copier with my very own eyes. The shit came out only after he set it up. There could be only one way for this to have been photocopied until Tennoji himself operated the machine. There's no other way. Wait, that's not the issue here. Who cares about who made a copy of this? This is only distracting me from what I actually cannot comprehend. Just how? How did the underline of text appear on the page? Yeah, that's the true mystery here. Okay, I'm interested now. And it was in her pocket all the time. Wait, I do know what else in your mind, but I'm pretty sure I already said you answered your own question.
気のせいだと。
Yeah. How could something I never ever photocopied come out of the copier? It doesn't make sense.
そう。
Yeah. But totally your imagination. What else could it be? You better watch out if the glass breaks. Okay, what is happening? There's a glass window right beside us. A crack runs through the pane of glass. A single straight line. Completely unlike how glass shatters into a web of cracks after a ball crashes into it.
なんだ、誰か石でも投げたのか。けしからん。
It's only natural for Glassrip to assume that. Glass doesn't just shatter on its own. Everyone's first thought would be that someone outside threw something against it. Of course, there's no way you will notice if something hit the glass hard enough to crack it. And indeed, neither of us noticed anything hitting the glass.
誰もいないぞ。逃げ足の速いやつね。
Okay. She opens the window and checks. There isn't anyone outside the building. Looks like Glassrip believes that it was someone who threw a rock at the window and ran off somewhere. Believes? Then what do I believe? I like this road. I like this. Oh, I think it just shows that I missed mystery like Umineko. I mean, it's not the same level, but for now I don't know why the photocopy made another letters. Maybe it's actually magic here. Who the hell knows? I mean, there are supernatural stuff. Maybe it's familiar somewhere. Or maybe it's Pani and Guild making jokes. I don't think so, but we'll see in the future. I have too little info to work this out for now. I switch on the TV, cook up some grub and chow down. After immersing myself in my daily routine, I finally managed to calm myself down. Damn it, I'm pathetic. Guess I scare pretty easily too. There's that weird photocopy and the glass crackling. If it was just one of the other happening, I would have laughed it off as a mere coincidence. But for both of them to happen one after another, I can't help but wonder if it really is a curse. Must be because Yoshino kept scaring the crap out of me. When he talked about it, he kept acting all scared. How often does that even happen?
あれを呪いだと思ったやつは助かった。
What happened to the guy who didn't think it was a curse? The two sides of my mind are ducking it out. One side finds it creepy and frightening. Other side is laughing, telling the other to relax and cheer up. One side has a curiosity that can't be sated, while another side cautions the other to be careful before we get into too deep and pull out. Damn, I can't just chicken out after coming this far. If I step away and say it's getting way too creepy, this will only reinforce the idea for Yoshino and whoever else believes in the curse that it's real. In other words, I will have done nothing but cause them all trouble. The moment I decide to stick my nose into this cursed girl business, I look on the duty to see it all the way through. Isn't that why I convinced Yoshino to lend me his directory? 7th elementary class 4A, for one. The directory is still folded up in my uniform pocket. Gingerly, I take it out. Okay.
何を驚く。お前がコピーしたんだろうが。
That's what class rep told me when she handed me a piece of paper with the creepy message. Do not wake me up, otherwise you will. What the hell was that? I need to know the rest of the sentence. I mean, probably it's going to say you die or something. Don't you just half-ass the thing? Be a man and tell me straight. In my hands, it's the folded photocopy of the directory. But I don't want to open it. I photocopied Yoshin directory and that message came out after that. Maybe the shit that class rep photocopied wasn't the right one? I made a clean copy of the directory and brought it back home with me. But what actually got printed on it? I just had to open the sheet of paper folded into four the directory. But what if the message was printed on it instead? Ah, forget it. As if that would actually happen. I made sure that photocopy came out right. There's no way I'm seeing things, it's not possible. Exactly. It can't be possible. You even checked what you take. But what if it actually does show up on it? Like hell it will. No way, come on, let's go. I give it a little battle cry to hype myself up. But if I didn't, does that mean I wouldn't have the courage to open it? Before I finish pondering the thought, I just flip the paper open, revealing its contents to the light. Okay, that's fucked up. Okay, never mind. Whew. He just imagined for a second the letters. Okay. Okay, we're safe. Okay, yeah. Okay, now this sequence of events makes sense. Like, I mean, he checked if he got the correct thing. If he actually would, like, suddenly have a copy of, like, these sentences instead of this, I would be weirded out as hell. I would be lost totally. What a relief. On the sheet of paper is an honest to godness copy of Yoshion directory. No funny business. I mean, he could, like, switch papers by accident, mess them up into his backpack or something. Because he have both, right? Now, like the sentence copy and this, right? Like Lucia gave it to him, right? Or she took it back. Not sure. Maybe she took it back actually. Yeah, she took it back because Kotaro was saying that it was not his. Just to be sure, I checked various parts in detail. The backside even shine a light through the paper, but there's nothing weird about it. I delight in examining the copy, now that I know there's nothing wrong with it. Seriously, Kotaro. There's no reason for me to keep checking the sheet of paper over and over. I'm just going through the motions and then repeating them obsessively. Once I realize that, I chuckle at myself and stop. Okay. This is the class directory of the 7th elementary class 4-1. It's a class of 20-something, about 50-50 guys to girls. The seats are determined by the Japanese phonetic order, so Yoshino's pretty far back in the seating arrangement. Let's think here. Kishida Ryuga was a guy. There's a good chance that anyone else he'd been friendly with is also a guy. I take note of this, of guys listed in the directory. I guess I can just ask them one by one. It would be really weird if someone called you out of nowhere about what happened 7 years ago in elementary school. Even worse, if it was some random dude on the other side of the line. Yeah, so let's not call anyone. Let's meet with them, I guess, in school. And there might be a bunch of tight-lipped lipped guys like Yoshino too. Alright, how do I broach the topic? Excuse me, but 7 years ago I believe you had a classmate who died. I'd like to ask a few questions if that's alright. Does that work? I don't think so. Could you tell me about him? Anything at all? I feel like some kind of detective. Like paranoid person. Being afraid isn't going to accomplish anything. As a member of Occult Research Society, I can't let them see me cowering. I'm going to get to the bottom of this and prove this curse doesn't exist. Let's go! We can do this. That should free Yoshino and the rest of the 4-1 from their fear of the curse. Anyway, musing here isn't doing anything. Let's get calling. Okay, this clue though, this has some real substance to it. This is the stuff of a top class article. If I manage to go all the way, this will be absolutely sensational. Where's my phone again? Is it my uniform pocket? The strap clicks against the other stuff in my pocket as I pull it out. Wait, what? The screen is pitch black. I don't remember turning it off though. I hold the power button, but it doesn't turn back on. I mean, the battery is dead probably. It happens. That's weird. The battery isn't that old yet, is it? I mean, maybe you didn't check for a few days. Like, I sometimes also like suddenly realize, hey, my phone is dead. Like, I don't find it weird. I plug it into charger, but the charging LED doesn't even flicker on. Okay, that's broken. I open the back cover and try filling with the battery, but it doesn't work either. Weird. I don't remember doing anything that would cause it to break. Yeah, that should not just break by itself. This happens the moment I decide to take action. Way too in the mood. Absolutely no response from my phone, it's dead. I don't have a landline, so with this, I've got no way to call for people. And I doubt the electronic stores are open at this time of night. Guess I'll have to pass by one on the way home tomorrow to pick up a new one. Phones and apps nowadays are all really nice and snappy. It's as good as a time as any to get a new phone, I suppose. So, do we lose Mappy? I mean, Mappy is like recording the map inside of your phone. So if your phone is dead, then you have to like recreate the map, I assume, right? It's not just going, you cannot just transfer Mappy map, I think. This is so weird though. After borrowing the class directory, I'm finally able to cusp of making progress investigating the ghost girl, and then this happens. Could this be another warning from a certain something? It must be a coincidence. I'll get a new phone tomorrow and get right back to it. But if the phone breaks again, I'll just think about it when that happens. If just having a few unlucky coincidences was enough to call yourself cursed, then this whole world would already be full of ghost stories. It is full of ghost stories though. Other. Okay, who is this? That night at Yoshino's house. Okay, wait, what? There's a ringing sound. It's painful and grating, to put lightly. Scratch, scratch. It sounds of glass shards rubbing against each other. In a dark corridor, Yoshino crouches. He's up to something. What is happening? Huh. He chuckles to himself. The only thing that illuminates the entire corridor is a large flashlight placed beside him. As for why he uses a flashlight instead of turning the lights on in the middle of the night, well, the lone ray of light from his flashlight only serves to make the darkness around him seem darker still. Sparkling, prismatic beams of light scatter all around the floor. He gathers the fragments on the newspaper. Okay, so the glass. At a glance, it looks like if he'd broken something and is now cleaning out the broken shards. Yeah, that's what I assumed. If the corridor lights won't turn on, you could at least turn the lights on in any of the adjustment rooms to brighten the corridor even a little bit more. But Yoshino doesn't do that. He can't. Okay, what the fuck is happening? A ringtone echoes in the utter darkness. A small red flickering in the dark hallway as the phone's LED, flashing to indicate a call. However, the blinking red only serves to accentuate the darkness around him. He almost looks like bait ready to be swallowed up by the deep sea creature. Yoshino stares at the beeping, blinking red LED on his phone. He stands up, only his side profile lit by the flashlight's beam, and chuckles as he speaks into the phone.
4年ぶりか。
4 years. Okay. You meet again. So are you one of the so when you said like two guys, so when he said like one of the two guys like thought the curse is real and managed to get alive and the other been pretty hurt, did he reference himself and the Ryuga guy, his friend? Did he actually reference himself and the other guy? They were actually checking the rumors together, and he was the only one who took it seriously? Okay. Okay. Yoshino, we need to talk.
よーくそったれ。昨夜はどうした ?4 年1組の連中に電話はしたのか
Nope, my phone broke. But anyway, that's for the next episode. I love this road so far. I like how they introduced a mystery here. I really like this. This is something unusual I haven't seen in the other roads. I really enjoy it. Huh. I still have too little info to figure stuff out. Like, why would like next message appear on the photocopy? Why the photocopy was made, actually? Huh. Lucia doesn't seem to have anything to do with like writing the stuff. I would assume she's the cursed person, but from the story, but we'll see. Huh. Well, anyway, I'll see you in the next one. Yeah, click the like button if you liked the episode, subscribe for more, check my Discord, and become a member if you'd like to support me and see episodes earlier. Thank you once again, and for Pocket Watch is going out.